Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Straight Out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston, and today we're back for episode 15 of my Out of the Park Baseball 15 series here with the Houston Astros, and today we are here for the 2019 first-year player draft. Now, we've gotten off to a great start this season, 34-13 through the first 47 games of the season. Let's see, we are 7.5 up on the Mariners for the division lead, not the Rangers this year. So it looks like they got off to a slow start. They'd gone off to one last year, so I think they'll rebound. But the Tigers have also made a push this year in the Central, so far outplaying the Twins, who are 24-23. And the AL East looks a little topsy-turvy. The Yankees and the Rays made the playoffs last year. This year it's the Orioles and the Blue Jays, so interesting to see. So let's take a look at how some guys are doing so far, about 50 games into the year. We'll take a look at the pitching staff first. So Walk has been pretty darn good. Strasburg has been a little bit disappointing. He's just had a couple really bad starts. He had a save here, actually, which sort of threw him off. This was like a big 18-inning game, I think. Yeah, 19-inning game where we used up all of our bullpen and we took a lead in the top of the 19th and then brought on Strasburg, who was our only pitcher like ready to pitch left, so we had to bring him on. I'm not too worried about his slow start. I think he'll pick it up. Bumgarner has been probably better this game. This was I've been managing a lot of these games, but he had a sort of rough start to the game, but we didn't have a lot of pitchers available, so I tried to run him out there for the 6th. He gave up 6 more runs, so his ERA kind of bloated because of that. It went from 3.6 to 5.3. But you take away that start, he's been pretty good, pretty solid. He got off to a slow start, but he really picked it up. He had a 9-inning, 1-run game. He had a couple 8-inning games with like no runs allowed. Pineda and Garcia have both been solid. They've put in great performances, and they've also had performances like this: 6 runs, 6 innings, 7 runs. Same thing with Garcia. You see, it's been a little bit more consistent than Pineda, but you can see like he had a 1.64 ERA, and it's sort of ballooned a little bit here in the last couple of starts. But the bullpen has been fantastic this year. Sean Kelly just allowed his first run of the season. Ramos has been really good. He picked up back-to-back losses at one point. I think it was these 2 games maybe. Or no, I guess it was just this. We had this one bad 5-run game. But other than that, he has been phenomenal. Chapman's been solid, and Schimpf has been good. I like how our bullpen's done. Hitting-wise, we will go position by position. So Martin has been okay. Nothing special. I wouldn't be surprised if we had Kyle Schwarm. What's his name? Yeah, Kyle Schwarmer come up at some point. He's been tearing it up in AAA, so he's probably going to come up at some point. Same thing with Ivan Alatorre. He's also been tearing it up at AAA. And Ryan Mountcastle actually spent time at the Major League level this year after Correa went down for a couple weeks. And Mountcastle was okay. It wasn't really anything special, so I'm not too intent on bringing him up, but he's another guy who's just been tearing it up at AAA. So we have some pieces coming up in the future. We also have J.J. Schwartz as a guy we traded for. We almost took in the Rule 5 draft, and some other pieces here. So our farm system has quickly sort of resurged after being a little bit depleted the last couple of years. It's quickly sort of gotten back up to its usual standard. Bubba Jones and Jonathan Singleton once again have carried the offense, especially Jones, 984 OPS. VR has taken a step back this year, but his numbers are fine. 783 OPS. He's a great fielder. If we get that out of him, I'm not going to be upset over it. He's on pace for 4 wins above, 6 wins above replacement actually. So, yeah, I think we're getting fine numbers out of VR. Bryant has had a big year, 919 OPS. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Correa, since he got healthy, has been red hot. So he's been pretty good. Springer has struggled out of the gate. Harper has been good. He went through a bit of a cold stretch, and he's also gotten hot at some points, and I think he'll have a big second half. Santana's been good off the bench for us, and Williams has been pretty so-so. So our outfield's definitely their biggest weak point, which I guess maybe you can point to the Strasburg trade, but I think Gregory Polanco has actually been a little bit banged up this year. No surprise there. We'll take a look at Polanco. Yeah, he's not playing that well for the Phillies here. And yes, he is fragile. I can confirm that. But they also got Giancarlo Stanton, who's been great for them. So in limited time though. I guess he's only at 27 at bats. But is he hurt right now? He's also fragile. So yeah. Anyway, let's go to the first-year player draft. We pretty much wrapped that up. So as always, these draft classes are not going to be the best, especially when we get to this point in the OOTP. It's just not going to be that good anymore. So look at we'll look at, as always, the guys that are head scout likes, like Ken Cooper, Darren Barnard, Steve Brown. Looks like he has some home run power, so he could be a good catcher. There's a couple catchers here we like, so maybe we'll take a couple of those guys. We also want to look at the guys that the Scouting Association likes, because those guys that we just saw will probably be available. We don't have a ton of budget room for our draft. Chris Hess looks like he could have some home run power. Obviously, our scout does not like him. Steve Brown, yeah, he's one of the catchers. Looks like it's not a very deep draft class from either point of view. But we'll go with Cooper here. We'll draft. We'll offer him his demand. And then we'll go to the next pick. And hopefully some of these guys that Orozco likes will still be here. Looks like that catcher is, and that's too bad. And Steve Brown is demanding some money. So I'm not too sure about that then. I don't know what to do then. Let's go back to the Scouting Association. Chris Hess. I thought Hess is who we took. Oh, I guess we skipped till our pick. Okay. So we'll take... Wait. No, this is the second round. Or this is the third round. Who did we take? So in the first round we didn't take anyone. Second round we took... No one? Hey, maybe we didn't draft. Oh, I guess we haven't drafted yet. Alright, well, we'll go with Chris Hess. I swore we drafted someone. I don't know. I'm lost. Alright, to the next pick. Let's take a look at some of these guys. Ben Malone. No. Ben Brown looks like he could be decent. Ooh, Ken Meadows has decent ratings. Some good players here. Ooh, I like this guy, Jeff Ford. Alright, so there's some players to target here. We will continue the draft. Start drafting some of these guys. We'll get Ben Brown. Draft. Skip ahead. And Ken Meadows. Nope. Yeah, Ken Meadows. Draft. And then we'll go and pick up Jeff Ford. Ooh, he wants... Yeah, sure, why not? Draft. Alright, and then auto draft. See if any of Orozco's guys are still available. It doesn't look like it. So we'll go back to this. Bob Malone. Yeah, he's not that good. Come on, let's... I'm not going to draft this guy. I don't want to give up more money. Okay, McNitter. Looks like he's decent. Mendoza. Ooh, Jorge Reyes. Okay, I think we'll target a couple of those guys. Can you draft? So let's go with McNitter. Draft. And then go with Jorge Reyes. Draft. Go one more round. And, alright, I think we'll skip it from this point on. So that's going to do it for the draft. We'll go to the negotiate draftee with draftees. And pretty much meet all of those guys' demands. Yeah, no reason not to, except for the last guy. Actually, the last two guys. Alright, hopefully our owner approves that. Okay, good. Meet demands. Nice. Alright, so our owner's letting us hand out a little bit of cash here. Oh, he did not approve of this one. Because it's not the slot, I guess. Shucks. Can we offer... No, I don't want Jeff Moore. Jeff Ford, I know we're not going to be able to give that out. Alright, so I guess we're not going to sign either of those guys. That's too bad. But alright, so that's going to do it. And we'll head to the All-Star break, and I'll get back to you guys then. Alright, so we are at the trade deadline here in 2019. Or actually at the All-Star break, which is the trade deadline now. So first we'll take a look at who got on the All-Star team for us, and I've already looked at this message, so I already know. It is Steven Strasburg, who is 10-2 with a 3.23 and 1 save, which I think I talked about earlier, but AJ Ramos also made it. He has been great for us out of the pen this year. John Singleton and Bubba Jones both made it, both as first baseman, even though Jones plays DH. Carlos Correa made it despite being hurt a little bit this year, and Bryce Harper made it despite being hurt currently. With a high ankle sprain, which I will get to in a moment. We also have an update here. George Springer sprained a knee. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. He's been pretty bad this year. He got hurt early in the year, came back, was not good, and really has not been good since. So hopefully when he comes back, he steps it up, because I don't want his rating going down. We do have him locked up for a few more years at $12 million each year. So Anyway, that does get me to the disabled list, though, where we also see Bryce Harper, who's out for 5 weeks with a high ankle sprain. He was playing really well for us before he got hurt. As you can see, his slash line here, 862 OPS, and 3 wins above replacement at the All-Star break, or through 86 games. So he was on pace for about 6 before he got hurt. And he's playing really, really well. So it stinks that he got hurt. But we've basically been able to withstand a lot of the injuries this year, thanks to one guy in particular, Ivan Alatorre, who has come up this year, and although only in 71 at-bats, has pretty much lit it up. He took over for Springer and Harper, both at individual or at different portions of the year. He is just hitting the smack out of the ball. He was having a great year in AAA. And we've also got decent production out of Ryan Mountcastle. I should say. Decent production out of Ryan Mountcastle. Nothing spectacular, but he sort of steadied that part of the lineup. And I wouldn't want him to come up right now because although, you know, it seems like based on the head scout ratings that he's almost filled out, he still has a long way to go in his home run power, his eye discipline, and his contact, which is basically his 3 biggest hitting attributes. So I don't really want him up, but right now he's playing left field, which is out of position for him. Because if I don't keep him up, it's going to be not a pretty sight right now with Springer and Harper out. And Kyle Schwarber's come up. He has taken over the everyday catching role. I'm giving him a shot right now just because he was having such a good year in AAA as well. He was hitting with a 992 OPS. And Russell Martin was doing okay. He had a high OBP, but, you know, and his defense was fine, but he was just sort of so-so. So I figured, I could at least give Schwarber a shot here and see what he can do. Other than that, if you take a look at the offense, as usual, it's pretty much been our strength this year. Justin Williams and Russell Martin have been pretty much our weaknesses in our lineup, but I'm not sure what to do with Williams here because, and I'll talk about it in a sec, but other than that, we've got great production. VR took a step back this year, but he's been hot as of late. Bryant has been great this year. Santana's been a good bat off the bench once again. Alatorre's been hot. Bubba Jones has been Bubba Jones. Singleton, same with him. And Correa, with his 413 OBP, has been off the charts insane again. He's on pace for like 8 wins above replacement, like 7. So they've both been great. Hopefully Correa stays healthy. Pitching-wise, it's been a very interesting year pitching. And I would know because I've been playing a lot of the games this year, sort of off camera. Waka has probably been the steadiest of all our guys. His ERA's ballooned over the last couple of starts. Oh, this is Strasburg. Can we go like this? Yeah. So his ERA sort of ballooned a little bit lately, but he was pretty much our best pitcher for the first part of the year. And we'll go. I don't like being in these screens. Strasburg started out really poorly, but he has heated up lately, and he earned that all-star bid. He has 10 wins on the year, including a save, which I talked about. It's sort of a crazy game. Bumgarner has been really bad this year. Now, he was doing well. He's going along well, and then he had one really bad start and has sort of not recovered from it. And Pineda's been pretty solid for us. Jaime Garcia, the numbers aren't as good as Pineda's, but I'd say they've both been pretty solid for us. Out of the bullpen, Ramos has been great. Sean Kelly went like not a year. Oh my god, I'm all over the place right now. Sean Kelly went like the first month and a half without allowing a run, but he has really been awful lately. His ERA's ballooned up to 3.79. Chapman's been pretty solid all year. Tyler Schimpf has been a big surprise for us, but I don't have a lot of confidence in a lot of our other arms here. Marco Gonzalez is a mess right now. It seems like every time I put him in, he gives up a run. Carson Smith is not anything for us right now other than sort of a long reliever. So that is sort of an area that I would like to try and pick up somebody, but really it's our pitching that is going to either make or break this team. And in an ideal situation, I would love to have a third guy along with Strasburg and Waka, because Bumgarner has not been that guy. And I don't think Pineda or Jaime Garcia are ever going to step into that role. Pineda's been really good. Like, his numbers look great this year, and you can see even through his, July 4 start, he had a 3.29 ERA. And he's been good, don't get me wrong. But when I trot him out there and I play the game, I don't know what I'm going to get out of him. And I think that's what puts Strasburg and Waka on sort of different levels from him, is I know what I'm going to get out of them. Yeah, they might struggle once in a while, like Waka gave up 4 runs this game, but for the most part, I know I'm going to get 7 good innings out of each of those guys, at the very minimum, if not much more. So, in that sense, in an ideal situation, I would love to have a third guy to go along with them, but I don't know how I make that move because I'm not sure if I can, one, afford to add on a high-level pitcher like that, and two, I probably have the prospects to do it with Michael, or not, God, I can't, I'm so all over the place right now, with Ivan Alatorre and Ryan Mountcastle, but at the same time, those guys have been so sort of important to us this year because of the injuries we've sustained, and I mean, Mountcastle not as much, but like if you look at a guy like Carlos Correa, who is now listed as fragile, like you sort of need a guy like Mountcastle to be able to come up and step up. And if, you know, other than Mountcastle and Alatorre, we have J.J. Schwartz here, who's a catching prospect who we picked up in the offseason in the, I think in the Strasburg trade. And he's been fine, but for one, he's a catcher, and two, after that, it gets really, really sort of sketchy. Jacob Gatewood was a second-round pick from 2014, and he has taken his time progressing. He's now 23 years old, and I don't know if he's ever really going to be ready for us. James Ramsey is 27. He's sort of an old guy who's progressed a little bit lately, but I can't put him in there. I can't plug him in and trust him to give us, you know, X amount of production or whatever. So that does lead me to think that, and this is not a move that I think I would make in the middle of the year. It's something I would do after the year, after I sort of evaluate how the season went. And it's sort of too big of a trade to make at the deadline, I think. And I think one of the problems with this team is I'm very quick to sort of, you know, jump the gun on deals and getting big pieces like Strasburg or whatever, and we haven't had a ton of team continuity. I mean, our core is still there. I mean, the guys like Correa, Singleton, Springer, VR, you know, even Bryant, and then they've been around for a while now, but like I've been very quick to sort of deal off pieces and pick up new ones. Our pitching rotation has been in flux for the last, you know, really this entire time. Same with the bullpen. And I think we have sort of a base here with guys like Waka Strasburg, with guys like Kevin Chapman and AJ Ramos. But the key now is to sort of build off of that. And I think ideally we would like a third guy to go along with this rotation. And that would involve, because of Ivan Alatorre's sort of, I'll put it very bluntly, the way he's come on this year, makes me think that one of our outfielders is expendable, and it's probably going to be Justin Williams or George Springer. I want to keep Springer because you guys know me. I have this sort of idea that it's just cooler to sort of keep the old guys around for as long as we can. And Williams has really never grown into what we wanted him to be. He's never quite put it together in Houston. He's still a huge power bat, and he's going to have a ton of value on the open market. And this is not something, like I said, that I think I can do at the deadline. Because because I think it's just something we have to. It's the type of deal that would have to be done in the offseason, but you can see what type of value he's going to bring in. This is not a ton of offers, but I mean, you know, if I went over and looked at some of the best young arms in baseball, I bet I could pick up one of them for Williams. So I don't know. It's sort of a tough spot right now. The only sure thing I think I want to do is, one, look at the free agent list, and then two, maybe trade like J.J. Schwartz for a reliever or something. But I need another trusty reliever because my bullpen has sort of not been very sharp as of late, and I really want someone else. Sean Burnett, maybe. He was really good in the... Oh, Sean Doolittle. He's only 32. Good curveball. I mean, Doolittle's great in real life. I feel like if he takes a minor league contract, I'll offer him that. We don't have a ton of money is the issue. You know, we only have less than $1 million to spend on these guys, and usually the owner doesn't even let us spend all that. So, I mean, it'd be tough to pick up anyone except maybe like Brad Boxberger here. We could use another lefty, which Doolittle would be, which is good. But yeah, maybe we offer Boxberger a contract. Sort of want to find guys who have been good over the last couple of years. I don't think like Dane De La Rosa's ever been in the bigs. Yeah, if you go this way, Kinsler had 26 good innings last year. Otero, pitch for AAA, wasn't great for us last year in AAA. Ryan Cook, we could get Cook and Doolittle. Sure, why not? See if they do it. I don't know if Cook's gonna take a minor league deal, but and then other than that, maybe we go to make a trade and try to find a rebuilding team with a reliever that I can flip one of our catching prospects for. Like no one there. I don't really see a point in cutting out for this, so I'm just gonna keep it with you guys. But it's Tex McGuire. The hard thing about being so close up to the budget, like we are, is it's hard to find good cheap pitching from rebuilding teams that are willing to sell off those pieces, because the only good cheap pitching around is young cheap pitching, and no one's trading good young cheap pitching, and we don't have a lot of money to just dump off somewhere, so it's gonna be really tough to find any arms really that are sort of expendable in the open market. And then that's why it's going to cost someone like Justin Williams to be able to pull in someone. But like I said, it's not something I just sort of see myself doing at the deadline. But I guess I'll cut out here and try to work some magic here and figure out some sort of deal to do. Alright, so I've decided to hold off on any type of trade, and I'll touch on that in a sec, but I thought this was funny. Ariel Ovando is now on the waiver wire. I tried to claim him and could not, because either we cannot afford him, the team with a higher priority claimed him, or the White Sox ended up pulling him back off of waivers. But I thought that was kind of funny, sort of his downfall. He's only 25. But, yeah, so we'll see if Ryan Cook and Sean Doolittle accept those offers. And other than that, like I said, I'm going to hold off on any Justin Williams for a pitcher type of trade until the offseason for numerous reasons. One, I want to see if Springer finishes out the year. Two, I want to see if Ivan Alatorre can sort of keep up his pace. And three, I think we just should ride it out with this group. For one, Williams does not have a big contract, so he doesn't help us clear any money. We really, I mean, if we go to the team home screen and we look at the front office and salaries, our money that is, I mean, we have some tradable contracts here with like Russell Martin, Jaime Garcia, Sean Kelly, but at the same time, a lot of our sort of top dollars locked up in guys that are really important to our roster, and there's not a lot of middle ground. It's that sort of old, the rich are rich and the poor are poor type of thing, and there's not a whole lot of sort of mid-tier guy contracts with us. And even like Waka, VR, and Bumgarner, who are sort of 10, 10, and 12, still, they are sort of not expendable pieces for us. They're some of our better and more important players. And the Bumgarner decision in the offseason will be an interesting one to see if we decide to re-sign him. It really depends on how he finishes out the year. If he can build off of his last couple starts and sort of get going in the second half here and become a big player for us in the postseason, then he'll certainly warrant coming back. But I mean, at this rate, it's hard to bring him back for what he wants. He's going to want 3 years he's only asking for 3. Now he's asking for 6. Well, there you go. And he's asking for 13 a year, which we can't give him if he keeps pitching like this crap. So, anyway, other than that, there's pretty much nothing to do here. Like, I mean, we've sort of made all our moves with the money. I mean, the only thing I can think of is we go to our active roster, and just because we don't seem to need him at this point, maybe taking a guy like Russell Martin or a guy like Jaime Garcia or even Sean Kelly, just because he's been so awful lately, and trying to dump their salary. But I don't know if it is, I don't know if anyone's going to want these guys, because they're sort of overpaid veterans right now. I mean, it's $2 million. It's hard to overpay someone for $2 million, but a lot of the time, no one's really going to be interested. Looks like we're getting some offers here. I see some actually decent names. Russell Martin, Michael Almanazar, former Red Sox, or used to be in the organization, I should say. Brandon Belt. Wow, he's rated. Ooh, he's having a good year too. I don't know why they're offering him up. We really don't have a spot for him. He's making $2 million. Be easier to trade than Martin, I guess, but still, Derek Dickey's a reliever. Who's this? James Tylon back. I do sort of wonder about this Brandon Belt trade, only because if we get Belt, we could even flip him, because he clearly has more value than Martin. I don't know why they're offering him up, but maybe they have some extra first baseman and a need for a catcher. But I don't think I'm going to do that, just because we already have 2 first basemen. I'm sort of intrigued by this Derek Dickey trade. He has not been good this year, but he's rated pretty highly. Good circle change. Stuff seems to play out in a bullpen role. Tyon, I don't have interest in. Sort of mumble my words together sometimes. Let's go back. Let's take a look at who are the other guys making $1 million. I know it's Kelly and someone else. I don't think anyone's going to take Sean Kelly, which is fine because if we get him back going again, he was so good in the first part of the year that it might be worth to hold on to him for now. I can't remember who else. Oh yeah, it's Jaime Garcia, who's been fine for us. Yeah, no one's going to take Sean Kelly, and I don't think anyone's going to take Jaime Garcia either, considering he was a free agent for like 2 years before this. But his rating, he's 2.5 stars. So we'll have to skip ahead a day. There we go. Shot player. And just this could give us some money for a free agent, or could give us some money for a different trade, separate trade. Steve Matz again. Is he making money or something? I don't know why they're so quick to get rid of him. It's not that bad. Dan Vogelback. Sam Travis. There's Derek Dickey again. Travis, no thanks. Derek Dickey, I sort of want to explore a Derek Dickey trade if they're going to be so quick to give him up. Adam Morgan. Adam Morgan's always been a guy who's always been on the block. He has been starting a couple of games for them this year. His stuff is definitely bullpen stuff. See, these are two guys that maybe we could look at. I especially want to look at Derek Dickey. Let's do a sort of a manual trade here, because I don't know if I want to necessarily give up those guys for him, but maybe if you go to our prospects and we could give up a guy like Alex Verdugo. I'm not sure if they're gonna, we can't really afford it necessarily, but maybe if we throw in a $500,000 contract like Tony Kemp, maybe Tony Kemp's, and then they do that. So, they would even do Tony Kemp for Derek Dickey straight up. Wow, okay. Well, then I'm going to pick up Dickey because he seems like a buy low option. Unless I can get him. I mean, the only reason I think about holding on to Kemp here is because he has been our middle infielder for a while now. Maybe Stassi, with the emergence of some of our other catching prospects. Maybe we do Stassi instead. And we hold on to... No, don't get... Nope. It's very close to being alright. Who do you want? Well, at this rate, we'll just give up Kemp and then maybe try to find a minor leaguer on someone like crap on a minor league contract, like a D. Gordon or something. Where is Tony Kemp? All right. Nope, it's already working. Let's just never mind. Never mind. Oh my goodness, what the hell? Never mind. Alright, and we'll complete this trade. Okay, and then maybe we go to Adam Morgan of the Phillies, because they're always trying to trade him. He's only 29. And can we get him for, like, no one? Probably. What if we offer up LJ Hose? Nope. Let's make this work then. Luna, 19. Yeah, let's just do this. And then can we even get rid of Hose maybe? Or we probably need him for the salary. There's a bunch of birds going off in the background. I'm sure you guys can hear them. I apologize. I have a lot of windows open right now. And I apologize. It's probably annoying the hell out of you guys, but if I don't close all those windows, it's going to get really hot. Or if I don't keep those windows open, it's going to get really hot. So I'll just have to bear with it. But yeah, we'll do Stassi. Alright, so we pick up Adam Morgan. And then maybe even one of those guys could. Their stuff plays up as relievers based on the pitches they throw and how good they are at throwing them. But Morgan has started at points this year, so I think he's a reliever though, based on his stuff. And I would have more faith in Dickey potentially starting, but for now we're gonna put them both in the bullpen. I think we have 25 on, so we're gonna send down. Probably Carson Smith, because he's just been awful this year. Demote. Oh, we'll have to waive him. He might get claimed. And we're going to send down maybe Marco Gonzalez, who I think has options left. I hope. Yeah, he does. So then we'll get Morgan in there. That only leaves us with one lefty. So I do hope Doolittle signs, and then maybe Gonzalez can come back up at some point later in the year, and maybe we send down, like, maybe we dump Kelly or even send down Silva maybe or something. But we do need to also try to find an infielder to sign. And then I'll probably wrap up the video there, because I don't want it to get too long, and there's no point at this point. So let's go infielders. And Jose Iglesias maybe, because he would be a really good defensive replacement in late innings. Although our infield defense is pretty good as it is. Alexander Guerrero, did he demand something? Because he'd be a good bat. We didn't have any demands. Let's offer him a minor league contract. See if he'll take it. He should. And then maybe even do the same to Jose Iglesias. And I think maybe even get like Matt Adams instead of MP Coquinos off the bench. Why not? And then I'll just go here and see if any other names pop up. Oh, this goes alphabetically at this point. So it's gonna... Yeah, I don't know if any names will really pop off here if I go through it quickly, or at least I try to. I guess not Danny Espinosa, but he's pretty bad. Yeah, it goes to half a star, guys. No thanks. Eric Sogard, face of MLB. I want to see if D. Gordon's here. I saw Brad Miller's name. Jed Lowry. Where I think I just saw Ryan Howard. Is Gordon here? He is. I'll offer him a minor league deal too. Okay, and we'll simulate through the trade deadline here and get back to the regular season. Looks like Doolittle and Cook signed, so we'll keep them in the minor leagues for now. We got all these other guys too. Great. So for now, I'm gonna get Guerrero and Adams up. So we're gonna send down MP Coquinos and that's it. And then we're gonna get Guerrero, who's a really good option off the bench. I'm excited I got him. And we're going to get Adams up here. Where is Matt Adams? There you are. Alright, we'll get him up. And then the only other thing I want is to look at any type of bat we can find from free agency, because if we wanted an extra bat, or maybe we can just do this with Iglesias or D. Gordon or something, but if we get them up on the active roster on August 31st, we're going to have the option to keep them as a fifth guy off the bench and probably leave Jaime Garcia off of the postseason roster, because we're only going to need 4 starters at the very most. So let's honestly just go to all batters. And Guerrero is a good enough bat off the bench that I would feel good enough about just having him and Santana, and then, you know, having Iglesias or something, or D. Gordon, or I wish I could get a combination of them. But I don't think there's going to be necessarily a... I mean, we can go by ratings, bat ratings, but like a big guy. I mean, if we just sort of go power, Trumbo, and anyone with some sort of contact rating, like, yeah, maybe Trumbo. I don't know. He had a good year in AAA last year. Not really. I mean, he was okay. But, like, contact. Or maybe we should, whatever. Trumbo's good eye rating, I guess. Everett Cabrera. Oh, I guess Cabrera would have met a... We'll offer him a minor league deal too, then. He's from Nicaragua. I had no idea. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like Yonder Alonso sort of has good combination ratings here. Maybe we'll offer him a minor league deal. Alright, and that'll do it. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. We'll just see. We'll go to tomorrow and then even to the first Cleveland game. No one signed yet. Oh, this guy. Yeah, from the Diamondbacks that I really tried to trade for a couple years ago. Now he's pitcher of the month. Alright, so that's going to do it. So thank you guys for watching. It was a very quiet deadline, but I mean, we're 62 and 34. I don't think there's a lot we have to do to this team to make it better. So that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy. And just out. Peace.